Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Joshing Around Milwaukee, sponsored by, of course, VISIT Milwaukee and 97.3 The Game and iHeart. My name is Josh Albrecht, and with me, as always, is...
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht.
That's right. And today we're really excited. We're going to talk about some movies and some film festivals with our guest, Ann Reed, with MKE Film.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 Joshes having some fun, 'cause 2 Joshes are better than 1.
Hi, Ann. How are you?
Hi. Oh, I'm delighted to be here. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you here. Obviously, the film festival is a mainstay, a stalwart in the community, but you guys have so many cool things going throughout the year. So we're excited to hear about that. And you've got it's a newer role, I guess, in a way for you with the festival. So there's a lot of action going on for you right now.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be great just to get things kickstarted, maybe tell a little bit about how you got to where you're at right now with film and sort of what the current landscape is.
Sure. Well, my title right now at Milwaukee Film is interim CEO, so I'm providing interim leadership. Our amazing leader, Jonathan Jackson, who had led the organization for 16 years, moved on early this year. The organization will do a search for his replacement, so I'm providing interim leadership during that time. I was a lawyer for a long time in Milwaukee, and then in 2010 moved over to lead the Wisconsin Humane Society, from which you may or may not have a cat or a dog. And if you do,
of course, I've got 3 cats.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Look at you.
I know.
So I was there. For 12 years and really enjoyed learning and implementing nonprofit leadership and realizing how much impact you could have when you work to set up structures in ways that really work and get things forward. So I did that. Then I retired, thought I really was retired. And it was actually the closure of the Downer Theater, I live close by, that led me to connect with Milwaukee Film. I had always been an admirer, but not particularly involved.
Okay, yeah.
And through those conversations, I learned that that interim help might be helpful, and here I am today.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is very cool.
So I love the Downer Theater. We're definitely going to talk about the Downer as we progress here. But I have to ask. So I have 3 cats. As a leader of the Humane Society, do you have a few pets of your own?
I did not adopt an animal from the Humane Society for the whole 12 years until the very end.
Wow.
During the time I was there, I thought, well, if I adopt one, that's one. And if we run the place right, that's $16,000 a year. And if you adopt one, it'll wake you up in the middle of the night. So I'll stick with the running the place. And I had my own animals at home from before. But just on my way out the door, there was a little brown dog whose name is Sam, and he now lives with us.
Sam, nice. What kind of dog is it?
That's what everybody asks me. Everybody wants to know. We say he's a little brown dog.
There you
awesome.
go. I love that.
Fantastic. Josh, do you have pets?
I have one. I have one dog, and that's enough.
Yeah,
That's
you never
enough.
talk about it.
Well, he's a little mini golden doodle, and it was my wife wanted a dog, and I said, oh, all right, we'll get a dog, and then it was for the kid. For our son, we would have the dog, and now the dog's with me all the time. It was one of those things. I fight it, and then
brought you in,
and now I'm like,
now you guys are buddies.
It's just mine.
People
it's just for me.
People used to tell us my spouse doesn't want me to do it, and I said, just take the dog home. It'll be all right.
That's great. Well, it's in a way, it's a similar thing with the movies and with theater, right? Sometimes people encourage you to go to a show that maybe you weren't inclined to go to, and bring you along, bring their tastes to marry your tastes. So one of the big things coming up soon is the film festival.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that first.
Sure.
What's in store for this year? Where are we at in planning for this year, and what can people expect?
Yeah, the Milwaukee Film Festival this year will be from April 11th to 25th. It's really amazing to understand how this festival was born relatively recently and how much it has grown. It's the whole organization is only about 16 years old. This was a blank sheet of paper, and we are planning for more than 300 films over that 2-week period across 4 theaters. You can spend 2 weeks just having your heart touched by various kinds of films.
Amazing.
It's really going to be
incredible.
Remarkable. Last year we had almost 30,000 people in seats over the course of the 2 weeks. It is definitely worth traveling for. It is now an important regional film festival in the United States.
Yeah, that's so many, 300. And how, I mean, most of those are probably submitted from people, from filmmakers all over the
country.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was going to be my question. Okay, so talk me through the process of submitting the film. Like, how do these films get chosen, and how can Josh submit his film that he's been working on?
I've got a few good ones in the works.
It's doable. It's doable. So there's a deadline, and then our team just goes to work. And when I walk past where people are sitting, they are wearing headphones and they are watching films on their screens. People who aren't normally programmers jump in. So our COO was looking at shorts especially, and our membership director was looking at short films, trying to get those processed through, and then selections are made, and the breadth of it in the end, just film itself is so varied, so there's so much breadth and depth and so many different kinds of stories being told, fiction, documentaries, shorts, animated, and the idea that you can curate 300 films that pull that all together, it's really inspiring to watch them work.
I was thinking it was like, in a way, it's like the old school making a mixtape. Like you're curating this like sort of theme and idea and like emotion for people through film. And
a 2-week long multi-theater mixtape. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, a little bit long of a mixtape, but
well, I get out of hand sometimes.
No, I know. No, but it's true. And it is really incredible. I want to know, do you guys have any record of who has like watched the most movies over the 16 years? Is there like one guy that's like Film Festival Fred? Yeah. Who's like seen them all every year or something?
I know a couple of those. A couple of those people are dear friends and always have been. And I have to say, before I got involved with Milwaukee Film, I was like, how do they do that? Like, how do they really go to 40 films?
Dedication.
How do you do that? Do we have a record of who's seen the most? I don't know the answer. Do we know who's there day in, day out all the time? We do. And what it is because the way they report back to us, your heart is being touched, your mind is being opened. This isn't just an observational experience, especially when you're seeing it in cinema with the screen, with the people around you. Mm-hmm. This is an experience that affects us, that shapes us as people. And there are folks who really want to seek that out and then share that news with their friends, because our stalwarts are also out there on social media, out there with their friends saying, here's what I saw, here's why you should come and see it too.
And is it only, is it all original films to the festival, or do you do any like second runs of classics, like that type of thing?
You get to come and see Footloose with Kevin Bacon at the Milwaukee Film Festival. Yeah. It's we do a podcast with 88.9 called Cinebuds, Dory Zori and our Christopher Pollard, and Cinebuds Live will be their broadcast Footloose. That week will be.
Oh man, John Lithgow is in that.
Lori, what's her name? I should have looked it up before I came. So no, they are not all original to the festival, although many are going to be first run at the festival. Yeah. Others will be shown at several festivals over the course of the year as they go through sort of the process of launching themselves out into the world.
But you hear these stories nowadays of films that like started at film festivals. It was like it was shown at a film festival, and then someone saw it, and then it got picked up, and then the story got bought, and it just blew up to where then it's like a major motion picture, and it all started at a film festival. That's so cool.
Absolutely. And we have those stories of films that launched with us and then went on to win awards and awesome. Became a director who became quite successful, but that was their first film. Oh, sure. It makes us very proud.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Don't you just feel like so amped for this?
I know.
It's like the beginning of a journey, and it's just like it starts here and then just gets so big.
Well, and I'll say this too about it. Because you can read about it. Like I've got notes here about notes on paper of what the films are. We did a press release not long ago with telling about some of the films. You read about them on paper and you think, oh, that'd be nice. What I would recommend to anybody is go on YouTube. The trailer is going to be there for any film that you see that we're running at the festival. And it is so different when you're hearing the music, when you're getting a sense of the pace and the lighting and the tone of it all. You can't really read about a movie and know whether you want to go, but the trailer will let you know. And I had an event last night where we showed 6 trailers, and I wanted to see every single one of those films. Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Sometimes I'm like, I just want to watch the trailers. Like, I hate it when I miss trailers before a movie.
Trailers have become so popular, you know? And like, then there's like 3 trailers for a movie to where, and then you're like, okay, I feel like I've seen.
And then the concation stand commercial comes on, and you're like, well, I might as well go get some
Now
popcorn.
I need a glass of wine. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, well, speaking of it, is there any special foods, anything like that comes along with the festival?
We focus really hard on Milwaukee sourcing for our food. Yeah. And so if you're a tea drinker like I am, you'll have Rishi tea, there's local beer, there's indulgence chocolate. We really try to bring Milwaukee's foods forward as best we can.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Of course, you can also get Mike and Ike and the other stuff you would get in a movie theater.
Yeah.
But we love showcasing Milwaukee food.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that. I need to ask, when you're going through the list, and obviously you have an idea of what's going to be there this year, are comedies represented? Because I'm someone that loves comedy. I love, to laugh. I'm not a big horror film guy. I'm like, life is scary enough. I don't need to pay to watch that. But I feel like comedies are a little bit difficult to find nowadays. There just seems to be a lack of ideas, maybe, that are out there. Are comedies represented at the film festival? That's
really interesting because you hear the same thing about the Oscars, that a comedy, even though a really good one, is probably not the best actor winner is not likely to be in that movie.
Correct.
It's not likely to be best picture. There's just a sense of it's less important because it's funny. I am confident. I can't rattle off the whole 300.
Sure.
I am confident there will be comedies in the food festival.
Okay.
The film festival, which is also a bit of a food festival. What I will say, though, is people who want to go to film festivals do want to see serious films, and we do provide that. So you'll probably find more in the festival. You'll probably find more, certainly a lot of documentaries. Our festival folks really love that learning process and love having their minds expanded a little bit with documentaries. There are a lot of serious stories being told. Just in what I've seen so far, I've seen 4 different films that really concentrate on who we are as against a sense of place. And as the places where we are change, how does that change us? And 4 different films coming at that from very different ways.
Wow.
It's cool, but it's also very serious.
It's deep.
And so what you can look at, though, year round in our programming, which we can get to separately, is really a whole lot of variety of film. We just ran an Alfred Hitchcock retrospective. There's lots of lighter fare to be had.
Sure.
That's great. So how many theaters are involved with theaters and or screens?
Yes.
And the home base is the Oriental.
The home base is the Oriental Theater, which we have operated since 2018. I think a lot of people still don't know that, but year round, Milwaukee Film is the Oriental Theater. And now, as of this week, you saw the news, we also will be operating the Downer. The Downer on Downer Avenue on the east side. The Downer has been closed since last September. Our team is working hard on cleanup and scrubbing and so on right now. That will open for the festival.
Oh,
that's
so awesome.
cinema number 2.
That's going to be great.
And then the Avalon and the Times are also providing us their space for the festival. So it'll be, it's nice because we cover more physical ground that way.
Yeah.
More people can get to us more easily. And so we'll be across those 4 spaces.
That's awesome. Several neighborhoods in the city and all sort of classic theaters in their own right.
Exactly.
Like, the Oriental is much more Art Deco and sort of ornate. Beautiful. I mean, just to go in is an experience, let alone the experience of the movie itself. So highly encourage anybody to do that. And then you get these fun neighborhood theaters as well. So it's a really way to, much like with the food, it is an overall Milwaukee experience.
Absolutely.
And so it's a great opportunity for people to come from outside the area, for Milwaukeeans to enjoy their city in a fun, culturally rich way. But those outside the city, or from Green Bay or from Illinois or somewhere, that's a beautiful opportunity to come and really explore several neighborhoods of the city. And and ones that aren't just heart of downtown. Like you get to venture out into the community a little bit.
That's exactly right. And if you're from Milwaukee, your grandparents can probably tell you stories of going
Sure.
to those
Yeah.
theaters. The Downer is the oldest operating theater in the state of Wisconsin.
Oh, I had no idea.
And if you're coming from out of state, you're experiencing these neighborhoods as they were experienced a century ago.
Yeah.
People were going to see films in these very rooms, and they still are.
Yeah,
So
it's
there's
so
that
cool.
wonderful sense of continuity.
Yeah, and the neighborhoods are very walkable. Tons of restaurants. It's just a full, beautiful experience to go out to the movies.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
I absolutely love the fact that you guys, kind of kept the Downer alive, and I wanted to just get a little bit more of how that process happened because, it was actually season 1 that we were, I don't know if it was our second or third episode, but we did the bookstore.
Boswell. Yeah,
Um,
we went
um,
to Boswell.
Talk to
yeah.
Daniel.
and we're like, oh, and there's the Downer, and then it was like very soon after, it was like, and they closed.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh man, that really stinks.
Yeah.
And to just hear this news of like, no, it's not dead yet. We're reviving it, and that was so awesome. How did that all come together?
Well, Milwaukee Film had been looking at the Downer actually for quite a long time. There's been a vision for a long time of the Downer and the Oriental are only 5 blocks apart. It takes about 10 minutes to walk from one to the other on a nice day. And so the idea of a sort of a cinema district where there was active, varied, vibrant film programming happening so close together in such walkable neighborhoods at both ends, that was a vision of Milwaukee Film going back really around to the time that they were able to start operating the Oriental. But things happened. COVID happened. The leadership transition within Milwaukee Film happened, and so different things sort of shoved themselves into the front of the to-do list, if you will. But over these last few months, we've been able to really just take a whole nother look at it. A lot has changed, and we wanted to be sure that the thinking still held. And so we did all that, thought it through carefully. We think it'll strengthen the organization. We know it will strengthen the mission in many, many ways. And really, who else could save the Downer? Nobody else could save the Downer. This is something where, as in so many areas, the old private for-profit market that used to sustain theaters still does on a multiplex basis, but it's much harder economically to make a small neighborhood theater make money. That's when nonprofits step in, when something that needs to continue to happen on the planet is no longer self-sustaining financially. And donors step forward to say, no, I want that to keep happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to donate, and that's how I'm going to that's how I'm going to keep it alive.
Yeah.
That's a big reason nonprofits exist at all. So really, if not us, who? And we just felt we couldn't let it stay closed.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
love that.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's some cool, fun news. I want to transition a little bit to a question that I warned you beforehand was going to come. So, Milwaukee is all about having fresh city vibes right now. We've got a lot going on, a lot of cool momentum happening in the community. What's giving you fresh city vibes right now? What's the cool thing you're doing?
One of my favorite places in the city is also one of the oldest places in the city, and that's Frederick Law Olmsted's Lake Park on the lake.
Yeah.
I live nearby, kind of between the Downer and the park. And the thing about the park is it is always new. It's been there since the turn of the 18th into the 19th century. But I'm there with the dog. I'm there looking for birds in the spring. I'm there for all kinds of reasons, and I never fail to see something new there.
Oh yeah, it's a absolutely beautiful park. As you said, Olmsted did Central Park in New York City, so it's our own Central Park, if you will. And love the history there with Olmsted doing 3 parks in the city when he designed some parks for us. Lake Park is absolutely one of my favorites as well. We were joking earlier, Lake Park Bistro. You got to stop by Lake Park Bistro and have a great bite to eat. Wonderful place. Will we ever get an outdoor movie?
Ooh.
During the film festival in the park?
First of all, the park itself, Lake Park Friends was showing movies all through last summer. I think they showed like 5 of them. And they did get good attendance and so on.
Yeah.
We are not making plans for an outdoor movie in the park, certainly for this film festival. And April's a little
very
iffy.
You're taking a little risk. You're taking a little risk.
But there have been a couple of different expressions of interest in outdoor films in different places over the summer, I won't rule it out.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
That'd be awesome.
That. What's your? Do you have like a dream scenario, innovation, something for the film festival or Milwaukee Film in general? Since you do programming all year long, do you have a dream for it that you would love to see come together? Whether it is outdoor movies, maybe it's live performances in the theaters. What do you have a dream?
We number one, we want more people to know about the work we're doing with kids and with filmmakers. It's people think of us as very much an organization that helps them enjoy and connect to the depth of film, and we are that. How many kids in Milwaukee have never seen a movie in a theater? It's a lot, because we see thousands of kids a year in our education programs. We ask them, and they all say, "We've never seen this before."
Wow.
There's a kid who
Crazy,
walked
I
into the
believe it.
Oriental. No, it's. I mean, you map what theaters are left, because neighborhood theaters are closing,
Yep.
and you map where kids live, and it just makes perfect sense. So the idea, when we all think back to the shaping experience that we had in a theater when we were with your parents, with your friends, a first date, to create that first moment for children, and thus create a future where they'll know to come back and they'll know there's something. So when you buy a ticket, when you become a member, when you donate, you're supporting the resurrection of fragile physical theaters. You're supporting this work with children. You're supporting mentoring and networking and awards for filmmakers. I want people to understand that you're not just enjoying film when you connect with us. You're really making a difference.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Do you have another film festival that you've been to in another community that's inspired you to bring ideas back?
Our team, yes. Yeah. Me, no. I am new to this. I am new to this work. Yeah. I honestly, it's been such a joy coming to understand how complicated it is and the depth of talent that the people who are putting it together are bringing to it. And I really wish that for new visitors to the festival this year as well. I can tell you, you'll be wowed, and I know it because I have been.
Yeah, that's amazing. One of my favorite film experiences at the Oriental actually was outside of the film festival, but it was we took the family, my kids, and we went to a showing of a compilation of TikTok cat videos. This is real. This is a real thing. I'm not making this up.
I'm telling you.
Of course.
Who else could do that?
Who else could do that? But that's like, no, but really, and we were like, oh, we'll go. Like, we had nothing to do, and it was it was like a 2:00 showing, and we were like, let's just go. That'll be kitschy fun, right? So we went to it. Place was sold out. Like sold out.
Yes.
Watching cat videos, eating popcorn, and it was absolutely amazing. So just fun, unique experiences all year long.
There'll be a whole kids track in the Milwaukee Film Festival.
Yeah.
Some aimed at quite little kids, some aimed at adolescents and young teens, PG-13 stuff.
Yeah.
So bringing kids to the festival will be a good idea.
Yeah, and I'm secretly, not secret anymore, I actually am a huge Footloose fan. It's one of my favorite classic movies from the 80s. So I might have to make sure
surprised?
I get
there. The man could dance.
I think your inspiration, was that how that all came together?
Well, I mean, yes. I probably,
that'll be for the next interview.
I had the soundtrack even as a kid.
Yeah,
it's a great soundtrack.
I can just see little Josh dancing away, practicing his moves.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
And anything? What have we not covered for the film festival? You want listeners to know that's coming up here in April?
When you come to the festival, we will be announcing plans for the fall.
Fantastic.
So come and hear that. And the other thing is just plain year-round programming. The year-round programming at the Oriental and then post-festival also at the Downer is extraordinary. First-run films. We're running Poor Things. We're running American Fiction. You'll see your Oscar-nominated films with us, but you'll also see things that nobody else could possibly show you, and it's very cool.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
Yeah. How do people stay in touch with the film festival and also Milwaukee Film? 2
levels. 1, mkefilm.org. Number 2, become a member. The base layer is $75, and once you are a member, you're on lists that will will help us keep you fully informed on what's going on.
Nice. And free soda refills? Or?
I think so.
For you.
I was going to say, tell me more about that. Is that it's in the membership packet? Yeah.
Discounts certainly. There's a free monthly screening. There's a free monthly members only screening that comes with the membership, even at that first $75 level. And our members tell us it's really great.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on Joshing Around Milwaukee. I can't wait for the film festival. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and hope everybody makes it over to the Downer too. That's a new, new element.
So excited about that.
We'll see you there.
All right.
Thank you.